What's going on, champs and champettes? It's FireMonkey here, and in today's YouTube video, I want to talk about some pretty interesting information, which is DC potentially returning to Fortnite in the very near future. Now, if you guys don't know what DC is, that is the brand that is behind a lot of different characters we've seen in the game, such as Starfire, we've had Black Adam, we have basically every single Batman skin that has ever released, that's of course under DC, The Flash, for example, those type of characters who are currently under DC that we haven't seen return to the item shop in quite some time. I had made a video talking about this a while ago, talking about the fact that, oh hey, since Disney is the ones who own Marvel, you know, they own Star Wars, all this type of stuff, and DC's kind of like the competitor of Marvel in a way, maybe the reason why we're not seeing DC stuff return in the game is simply because of the fact that Disney doesn't want DC to return to the game, and instead wants more spotlight actually put on their Marvel cosmetics that they're going to be having, their Star Wars cosmetics, the other collaborations that they end up doing from Disney's original characters and everything else, instead of putting a little bit more of that spotlight on other characters that, you know, is technically from a rival business to them. It is something that I've kind of theorized about for a while, considering the fact that before, we used to get Epic Games putting in Batman skins in the item shop every year for Batman Day, and then this time around for this year, once we started having the Disney effect go in the full force in Fortnite, we stopped seeing Batman arriving in the item shop. We actually stopped in general seeing it being even celebrated for Batman Day. There was just no mention of DC at all for quite some time now, and I made a whole entire video kind of talking about it, how I thought, you know, the Disney effect was taking place, and we might not ever see the DC cosmetics ever again. That wasn't until recent updates when they accidentally updated the Black Adam outfit to have a early version of a Lego form, where it kind of had like a female face and everything else, but the rest of the body was just kind of like a default black texture with a yellow head, right? It was very unfinished. It might have been by complete accident, you know, it wasn't even like AI generated or anything else like they've done before, but it was something that was updated on specifically a DC cosmetic, which made people speculate that maybe DC would be returning in the future, and it appears like, yeah, that might actually be the case, because for the first time in forever, since actually even in the first time since we've been tracking the actual Rocket League item shop recently, the Batman vehicle collaboration had actually returned to Rocket League, being the Batmobile. This was a collaboration that we weren't expecting to return anytime soon, considering Batman is under DC, and Epic Games owns Psyonix, which, you know, owns, well, it's Epic Games in general, so Psyonix, Fortnite, all the type of stuff is under that same umbrella, so anything that Epic Games kind of does here for Fortnite, you can kind of expect them to do similar things for Fall Guys, you know, Rocket League, all those different games, just because of how they like doing their collaborations. So seeing how out of absolutely nowhere, Rocket League decided to return the Batmobile to the game in the item shop, when we're having this whole entire situation of Disney kind of having a focal point with Epic Games in particular, you know, us thinking that Marvel cosmetics will be the forefront of the near future for all Fortnite, or I guess all Epic Games products, and we wouldn't see DC at all. It is pretty interesting to see this actually happen, even if it wasn't in Fortnite itself, because it means that DC isn't actually off of the table fully. Whether you're a believer that the Black Adam Lego outfit was actually a mistake and, you know, wasn't even intended to be worked on or anything at all, you know, it was just kind of like a black color scheme or whatever because it was in the early testing phases, when every skin in the game might have that early phase version of the design or something, whether it's something like that, whether it's you just kind of thinking, oh, you know, it's Disney, so maybe they'll bring it back like once in a while, but they're not going to put too much of a focus on it. Whatever the reasons might be for this potential collaboration not happening in the future, it is at least interesting to see, and I do think it means we could be seeing cosmetics like Batman, you know, Black Adam, Starfire, you know, Raven. Well, actually, Raven was from Battle Pass, so maybe not Raven from Teen Titans, but, you know, those type of characters returning to the item shop because of the fact that Epic Games is slowly starting to work with DC once again. Of course, I want to mention that nothing is 100% confirmed, so as the time of you recording this video, even though the Batmobile has returned to Rocket League, it doesn't mean the Batmobile is going to be coming to Fortnite anytime soon. It doesn't mean Batman's going to be returning to the Fortnite item shop. It just means that at one sector in the whole entire global umbrella of Epic Games, which has, you know, that endorsement and everything from Disney, DC cosmetics are still being rotated between and slightly worked on in some capacity, even if it's not in Fortnite itself. And that is a good thing to actually see, because typically if something gets updated in like Rocket League or Fall Guys, maybe a little bit less for Fall Guys because they haven't really focused too much on that game recently, but typically if something happens in Rocket League, it it has some type of glimpse for what's going to be happening in the future for Fortnite as well, so that's just something to kind of keep your eyes out on. But with that said, I hope champs and champions enjoyed today's little YouTube video. I got an email recently by someone asking about DC Cosmetics, so hopefully this answers your question from the email, and until next time, I'll catch you champs and champions later with another upload. So like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it, and until then, peace out.